Hello everyone and greetings. We are now working on our sixth video. Last time we talked about the way in terms of listening and doing, being like the wise builder, being the one who accepts rebuke in order to stay on the way. This time we will be focusing on the good and the bad fruit. As we consider the way, we want to think about when we go through the narrow gate, what am I signing up for, right? Number two, how do I know I am on the way? And number three, what does it take to stay on the way? So these are some of the thoughts that we want to have in the back of our minds as we look at these verses. So again, we're looking at good fruit and bad fruit. This is tied into the mini parable right after the anchor verse. We have the law and the prophets, and then we have the false prophets. We know who the false prophets are and their followers on their way to destruction by whether or not someone has good fruit or bad fruit. Now, these verses don't need a whole lot of commentary. The reward that the righteous receive is life. So here we are tying back to our anchor verse. And then the recompense that the wicked receive is judgment, so that is our destruction. The one who heeds instruction is on the way to life. Well, there we have the foolish and the wise builder again, but the one who rejects rebuke goes astray. So this is what it takes to get on the, well, to stay on the difficult way. But this is what we can expect as we sign up for the difficult way, in that we go through the narrow gate. Very similar, true righteousness leads to life, tied again directly to our anchor verse, that the narrow gate and the difficult way, which is a representation of our moral life, that is what leads to life. But the one who pursues evil pursues it to his own death. Some people think that because they go through the narrow gate, everything they do is somehow purified. No, that is not right. Jesus tells us in the parable of the bad and the good tree and the bad and good fruit, we determine what kind of a tree we are based upon our fruit. So if we see evil in our lives, then we are on the wrong path. And if we're on the wrong path, then we are on our way to destruction. In the path of righteousness, there's life. There we have it again. If you want to end in life, then you have to be performing works of righteousness. But another path leads to death. Very, very straightforward. Not much commentary needed. Proverbs 5:6. At least she, in this context, the she is an adulterous woman, should make level the paths leading to life. Her paths have wandered, but she is not able to discern it. And this is why the vast majority of people end up in destruction. Point one we find in this verse is that she is the one that has the responsibility for making the path level. This is not something God does. This is not something Jesus does. This is not something the Holy Spirit does. This is not something that the angels do. This is not something that your pastor does. This is something that you have to do. So there's effort on your part that you have to make your path level that is leading to life. But her paths have wandered. That means at one point she was on the path leading to life. She was, or at least a candidate for it, but she's decided to turn left or turn right. But then here's the kicker: she is not able to discern it. And so we want to be in a position where we can correctly discern whether we are on the path leading to life or not, because it would be a tragic story to think all your life that you are on the path to life, but in reality you are on the path to destruction. So we want to be brutally honest with ourselves. Do we have the fruit consistent with that which is required to be on the difficult way? Yes or no? This is our anchor verse alone, not alone, but again, and we hope that this has been helpful for you. The Bible tells us that we should think about and test ourselves to see if we are in the faith or not. And so this is one of the key issues that we want to go over to identify whether we are in the faith. If we are willing to be rebuked, if we are willing to be pruned, that is, have the bad stuff cut off, if we are willing to bear good fruit, then the chances are good that we are on the way to life.